All right, all right, all right. Hey, you can't make this shit up. I'm David Washington, and I'm going solo until I'm not. So I just want to say thank you all for riding with us. I appreciate it. Um, it's been a while since we've had You Can't Make This Shit Up. It's been a while since I've done a solo You Can't Make This Shit Up. But we've got some episodes in the can that I just can't pull the trigger on. I don't know why, but we're gonna make it happen. Anyway, let's jump to it. Nate Silver. Nate Silver has popped up in my timeline twice. One was in regards to his explanation in regards to the polling that occurred during the 2024 presidential election race. And then also, and I would guess, some of the other down ballot races. And then also, more recently this morning, Nate Silver calling for President Biden to resign now and let Kamala Harris run the country. And okay, all right, okay. Let's start with the polling. Again, if you know me, I'm going to say this again, and I guess it won't be the last time. I don't, I don't care if it's Nate Silver or anyone, 538, if it is any of these polling services, the Cook Report, the New York Times, the one with the funny name. Anyway, we have to understand polls are a snapshot of what a select few individuals are feeling. And you know how I feel about feels, okay? Feeling about a particular election and candidates. And again, as we saw, that for the most part, and Nate says differently, that the polls were off, especially that one in Iowa. Smack my damn head. Let's break this down. So for the most part, the polls were saying it was a close race. What the polls miss is actually what's happening on the ground with those individuals who are one, actually going to vote, and two, those individuals who are on the ground in the field actually interacting with voters. I'd rather hear from a field director or a room full of canvassers on the campaign, looking at their data from knocking on doors, meeting people where they're at their front doors, their driveways, their front lawns, whatever. I'd rather gauge how my candidate is doing that way instead of some damn poll. And believe me, there is money to be made in polling. I could be making a ton of money in polling, okay? However, I don't believe in polls. I've said that again. The only one that matters is the one on election day. And it is a waste of money. A waste. I've seen the parties commission a poll and then sell it to the candidate saying, okay, you're in last place. And this is what, 3 months out, 2 months out, 18 months out, from the election, or a poll being commissioned. Oh, you have a chance to win this election. You have a good chance to win an election. Well, of course, anyone, 18 months, 12 months, 8 months out from the election day, or, early voting, or vote by mail when the first vote by mail ballots go out, have a good chance of winning. So, and going back to what Nate was saying, um, I when you look at what he did, he was closer than most people, I guess. But the overarching issue is this: these polls don't mean shit. They really don't. And yeah, there's a science to it and things like that. There's polls that I look at, Pepsi versus Coke, that would matter to me. However, if a party or some polling um, entity firm comes to my candidate and say, "Hey, we should do a poll to see where you're at." If we're already working out our strategy, if we're already executing our strategy and meeting the voters where they're at, then we already know if we're winning or not. And again, everyone's losing until election day. That's the poll that matters the most. So there's that part in regards to Nate Silver and his analysis of the polls and things like that. Um, that's my professional expertise opinion on this. Um, it is what it is. Now, in regards to Nate Silver calling for President Biden to resign and allow Vice President Kamala Harris run or not run to become president, I've heard this come up before, just after the election. I believe it was brought up on one of the pundit shows on cable, which y'all should stop watching. I mean, really, The View, CNN, MSNBC. Um, y'all should really question the stuff that you're listening to and watching. Fox, Skynet, everything, all the media. Just be judicious in what you consume. Remember, food is like energy, to the body, to the soul, to the mind. And so should media be consumed the same way. It's fuel for the brain, for your emotions, for your critical thinking. So be wise in the media that you're consuming. So back to Nate Silver and calling for Biden to resign. I you know I mentioned this, and I got talked down to, I'll call it that, by some individuals who watch or listen to our content, and also folks I've had conversations with. And I said, why doesn't Biden just step down? That Sunday, just announce his retirement from politics and just step down and allow Vice President Harris to take over. And I got into debates about, okay, how about who would be her vice president? Da, da, da. Who cares? It's a big government. It's a big government. The vice president typically doesn't do much. Trump is going to change that with J.D. Vance now. Now, look after that. That 4 years, J.D. Vance will change the role of the vice presidency. Mark my words. Anyway, I was like, where were you guys back when Biden dropped out? You know something? And this is not hindsight because I called it. I went on national television and called this. Like, he should step down, allow the vice president to become the president so that she can use that role as president, that she is the president, that she is making the decisions, that she is running the country. She can use that as a key part of her platform. Wouldn't it be nice to have heard over and over and fucking over again during the debates, during the interviews, during the rallies, Madam President, President Harris, Madam President Kamala Harris, President Harris. Politics is a lot about branding and marketing. I don't see why being called president during the campaign for election, and can we say re-election for a President Harris? I don't know why there was hesitancy for that to happen. If you're going to kneecap President Biden and force him from the nomination, go all in. Go all in. Joe, I'll be Nancy Pelosi. Joe, now that you stepped away, you're a good American. You're a good Democrat. But let's seal the deal. We need for you to step down. Not just for the Democrats, but for America. They need the baton passed to the new generation. Vice President Harris is that new generation, and we need to let America know that a President Kamala Harris is ready because she is president and she's doing the job right now. Think about it, Joe. You're on the clock. You got 2 minutes. Okay, that was my Nancy Pelosi impersonation. Anyway. Oh boy. Yeah. But who's listening to the 50-something-year-old black guy with vitiligo and representing, the Washington brand right now? I know the Orange County Democrats aren't too much of their chagrin. But anyway, I'm David Washington. This is You Can't Make This Shit Up, our flagship podcast. We're back. Don't worry. We're going to have that balanced approach. It's been incredibly busy. I am actually preparing for 2026. Yikes. Yeah, I'm already working on 2026. And it's going to be an interesting 2 years. And I'm looking forward to it. The legacy continues. So, again, if you enjoy this content, or if you don't, share it. Share it with your family, your friends, those politicals that you know, those influencers in the community, those candidates, those electeds who could benefit from, hearing what we have to say. Because I'm not, speaking out of the side of my ass. Nope. This is all knowledge based, experience based, and the opinions are typically backed up with facts. So please, again, share this content. Let people know that you can't make this shit up. We're back. I know there's been a lot of the David Washington Show and From the Margins, and of course, consistently every Monday, 5 minutes of campaign insight, political innuendo, and the secret sauce to winning campaigns, countertop politics with yours truly. So again, I'm going to play us out. And I am looking forward to seeing you all again and seeing more of You Can't Make This Shit Up. Talk to you.